Hello, I'm up. You may be wondering why I'm at the password screen. Well, I had a bit of a recording problem last time I tried this stage, and I ended up losing the save state. Go me. So instead I had to input a password to get to the final stage of the game again. However, this is also a very opportune time to show off an extra. You may notice that the 16 character code has already been inputted. 141555857823 and so on. This will warp you right to the end of the game with every power-up, including the super adapter, the proto shield, and also, if memory serves me correctly, a full tank supply and a full bolt supply. What it doesn't give you though is 9 lives. That cannot be helped. Let's see if it does what it says. The weapon screen is full. Full tanks, energy balancer, hyper rocket buster, exit module, 4 rush beat whistles. Yep, everything there. If you don't have the password though, you do get a few goodies at the start of the final stage of the game by falling to the sides. 48 bolts, a W tank, and a 1-up that I missed. Anyhow, time for the rematches. A 4-story rematch chamber. I think the Mega Man X games followed the similar path. In these rematches, I'm going to fight the bosses mostly Buster only, showing off weaknesses or effect items once or twice as well. However, there will be an exception, and it's this rematch chamber, because this is Slashman's chamber, and there is no way I am fighting this Buster only. I bet even with 4 E-tanks and an S-tank I'll lose. But yeah, anyway, Slashman, I'm going to recap the weakness information and everything. Slashman is weak to the Freeze Cracker and Scorch Wheel. The Freeze Cracker, if hit directly, will do 6 damage. A Scorch Wheel or indirect hit with the Freeze Cracker will do 4 damage. So if your aiming is true, 5 hits of the Freeze Cracker will be enough to end this fight. You also have to be lucky to make sure that the gloop, or whatever on earth it's meant to be, doesn't land on your head every 5 seconds. I'm using an E-tank here. I'm not chancing this. Yeah, that was a good idea. Next in the rematch chamber is Freeze Man. There were a couple of things I couldn't show last time, so I'll show them now. Freeze Man actually suffers from Skullman syndrome. What that is in Mega Man 4 there was a Robot Master called Skullman, who, until you moved, didn't do anything. Freeze Man is the same, and if you don't do anything, he will actually make a pose at you. When you shoot, he will start his pattern though. His weakness is the junk shield, a very impractical weakness, frankly. There is one extra, the Skullman Syndrome extra I didn't show because I plainly forgot. However, this next extra I couldn't show because it wasn't doable back in the Robot Master stage. What happens if you hit Freeze Man with the Freeze Cracker? He actually regains 4 HP. And that is not something you want him to do, is it? I'm doing much worse in this fight than I usually do. that'll probably be a staple, because in the failed recording attempt, I actually lost an E-Tank to Turbo Man. If it's Slash Man, I can understand, but Turbo Man? Seriously? If memory serves me correctly, this is... yes, it's Junk Man. Weak to the Thunderbolt. Junkman's probably one of the few original Robot Masters I appreciate, and I say original as in, like in the later games they were running out of ideas for new Robot Masters, so they just took something out. However, I do appreciate this idea. It doesn't make him look as rubbish as his namesake foretells. Yeah, this fight is all about, well, I wouldn't say reactions, but reactions and memorization. Just remember that he does do the bound and then jump 3 times in a row. I originally thought he only did it twice in a row. And always remember to do that block. For some reason, the game says you can damage it, although I have never seen it actually be destroyed. With pellet fire, at least. Maybe with a Robot Master weapon? I don't know. Next is... am I right? Yes, I am. Cloudman. Mega Man, get away from the edge of that platform. That is not a safe place. Anyway, Cloudman is weak to the Danger App, which absolutely annihilates it. If you time it right, you can completely nerf the whole battle. But let's fight him legitimately. Always got to be careful for that rain attack, because until he does it, you don't know which way you're going to be pushed as a result. Lure him to the very end of the stage for more opportunities for hits. And always be careful, because when he does float around like that, you have to be careful when he's actually going to touch down again. Because he does touch down to your level. Ow. And always remember to slide underneath him, that's the only way you can avoid him. Do note that also for a good portion of the fight he is invincible. Mainly when creating Thunderbolts. Next is the affection floor, I like to call it, because the Robot Masters on this floor both have an aversion to the Thunderbolt. First is Springman. If you remember in the original run, Springman turns into Magnet Man with the Thunderbolt. He is weak to the Slash Claw. Great, the easiest boss in the game is weak to the weapon you get from the hardest. Whoa! Okay, thankfully you can pause during that. Yeah, that's even more embarrassing than losing one to Turbo Man. Losing one, I would have lost one, should I say, to Springman. Then again, I do not want to die in this rematch chamber, so... yeah. Whoa, random lag spike. Not sure if you could see it as well, but whatever. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Springman is basically just Buster fodder. And of course he jumps in the air with one hit to go. Die. And the other robot affected by the Thunderbolt? Turbo Man. Zapping Turbo Man with a Thunderbolt gives him a super speedy transformation. He does the car sequence, whoa, 3 times in a row, very quickly. The one break you get from this is that you'll know it's always going to be 3 times in a row. As you just saw, Turbo Man is weak to the noise crush. When fighting him, get against the corner to avoid the scorch wheels. Slide back to hopefully avoid the embers, which I didn't do. Why did I pause there? And when he sucks you in, just slide away as fast as you can. You can do the car transformation up to 4 times in a row. See? 4 times. When you just a scorch wheel move, it's best to save a charge shot to knock him out of vacuum mode. That is the only thing that I know of that will stop him being a right exhaust pipe, I suppose. Is he nearly gone? Uh-oh. You always have to be careful where the scorch wheel embers are landing. That's likely to be what hits you the most in that fight. Lastly are Burst Man and Shade Man. Burst Man actually has, well, 3 technical weaknesses. The same 2 as Slash Man, the Scorch Wheel and the Freeze Cracker, both of which do 4 damage. And, well, this isn't technically a weakness, but he does flinch from charge shots, which I shall try to show off now. Anything he flinches off will cause him to do the same thing, so I don't need to do all 3 weapons. Let's see if I can show it. Yep. Okay, he will do that every single time. He does, however, have a special surprise, should I say, if you try to go after him with the Super Adapter. Okay, let's see if I can show it. Yeah, the Super Adapter will not hurt Burst Man, but if you do decide to try to use it, you will actually bring a bomb back with you. Which is not very opportune, I should say. Go away. Yeah. Burst Man is such a space invader. And that was embarrassing. Ah well. There's your epic fail for this video, folks. Dying to Burst Man. Yeah. That one pretty much speaks for itself. Let's try that again, shall we? Run off the bubbles he makes on the floor as fast as you can. And always get close when he does the danger rat move. Whoa! And remember, the walls are bouncy in this arena, so... Boom. There we go. That was not as hard as I made it to seem. Finally, we have Shade Man, who's weak to the Wild Coil. I won't be using it that much, even less than I said. In fact, I'll only be using uncharged shots quite irregularly. And that's just to stop him doing the Noise Crush move. Yes, if you have the Wild Coil and used an uncharged shot when he's on the floor, he cancels out of the Wild Coil. Out of the Wild Coil? Out of the Noise Crush. Ow. I should now show that. See? Nothing to it. Just be sure to get a charge shot in whenever he dives down. Because you don't get that many opportunities to hit him. As well, not in comparison to most of the Robot Masters. Most of the time he will get one eye beam in, so look out for it. Uh-oh. Yeah, I did not want him to do that. Whoa. Okay, are you freaking kidding me? You'll find out that there's a reason I don't want to use the wild coil. Actually, you know what? To heck with it. Boom. Okay, you want to recharge the wild coil and the thunderbolt more than anything. Because it's now time for Wily.